Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to my channel. Thank you for tuning in to my channel once again. So in my today's video, I'll be showing you guys 7 tips to baking the best and fluffiest cake ever. So relax and enjoy this video. Tip 1. Do not open your oven while your cake bakes. I know you may be tempted to try to check what you are baking in the oven, but this point is very crucial. Once you open your oven while your cake is baking, the cold air from the outside will now come in contact with the hot air from inside of the oven. This will result to a cooling effect in the oven, which will cause your cake to either go flat in the center or so you do not want this. Therefore, don't open the oven while your cake is baking. Even if you are tempted to do this, let the cake bake first up to half of the time it is supposed to have been baked. Then after, you can check the oven while the cake is baking. Tip 2. Do not overmix or undermix your cake batter. When you overmix a cake batter, the gluten in the flour will form or can form elastic gluten strands, resulting in cakes that are dense and unpleasantly chewy. When you undermix a cake batter, the ingredients will not be incorporated well, and there will be less air whipped into the cake mixture, resulting in less cake and cake that will be crumbly in texture. So you need to be careful while mixing your cake so you don't either overmix or undermix. In baking generally, there are different types of flour you can use, but for cakes you can use all-purpose flour, fine, but the use of cake flour is the best, will give you the best results that you want. And when you are using your flour, do not add too much of flour in your cake and do not add too less of a flour. Make sure that you follow the right recipe, the right quantity of flour, the right type of flour in your cake baking. When you look at the pictures shown on the screen, you're going to discover the different effects of different types of flour on cakes, so you know the right flour to use. And here, when you use too much of flour, it results to cakes that will crack too much and can dry out easily. And when you use too less of flour, it results to cake that can go flat and will not hold easily. Tip 4. Use of room temperature butter and eggs. When you use room temperature eggs and butter, they will easily mix well, resulting in a smooth and uniformly textured batter, and will give you an amazing cake. Tip number 5. Do not pour too much butter into a cake pan or pouring too less of a batter into a cake pan. If you fill your cake pan with too much butter, then it will overflow and leak into your oven. Not only does this ruin your cakes, but your oven will turn out so messy. On the other hand, filling your cake pan with not enough cake batter will cause the cake to turn out flat. Tip number 6. Be careful while adding raising agents like baking powder, baking soda, or any of the rest. So be careful while adding this into your cake batter. Using too much of raising agents in your cakes can result to cake with coarse texture, poor color, bad flavor, and bitter taste. And I know you do not want this. These agents also create air spaces in these cakes, which can cause this cake to eventually collapse, giving a sunken effect. Tip number 7. Be careful with the eggs that you use in your baking. Make sure that you are using fresh eggs and not eggs that have aged, or probably using spoiled eggs. So if you use bad egg in your cake, it can easily affect your cake in many different ways. Aside the nutritional value of eggs, eggs play important or crucial roles in baking, because the use of eggs helps to give this cake structure. It provides structure, leavening, richness, color, flavor to our baked products. So the amount of eggs you use for a specified quantity of ingredients will determine the end product or the result of that particular baked product, like cakes or cookies and the rest. I hope these tips are helpful, and if they are, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.